which is cool. And I've got some good news today. So, without further ado, we have been working on this EVM integration of a new blockchain, so smart contract blockchain. That doesn't sound that exciting. There are lots of other smart contract blockchains out there. What makes ours different? Okay, well, obviously, we've talked about cost a lot. We're obviously all about the developing world. We're all about trying to integrate people that don't have access to large amounts of funds. You've seen AnyTask. If you haven't seen AnyTask, go and have a look at anytask.com because it's awesome what we're doing. We've spent loads of time on that as well. That's coming in leaps and bounds. But the blockchain. So, we have 5-second finality on our new blockchain. Now, that doesn't sound that exciting, except if you're writing dApps or making transactions or making transfers, writing smart contracts, you really want things to happen fast. Say, for instance, you're into Internet of Things or anything else that you're trying to store. If you make anything at all, really, the faster the better, and the more scalable the better. So what you'll find is that with BNB and Ethereum, you may not have full confirmation till up to maybe 10 minutes. You may well see the transaction take place, but you have confirmation blocks after the block that your transaction is in. Now, with ours, we've got single block finality. Now, that took a reasonable amount of work to do, but it means that the block that your transaction goes into is finalized. You don't need any more blocks to follow it afterwards. So we are extremely fast compared to other blockchains. We're also extremely cheap compared to other blockchains deploying smart contracts. Now, what that does is it suddenly means that smart contracts are available to a whole range of people that have been excluded pretty much from smart contract development up until this. So that's not strictly true. There are other blockchains out there that you can do it with, but they don't have all the features and functionality of ours. So we have been speaking to universities. You probably already know that we've got what's called permission validators. There's a whole new level to that as well with what we've got coming out now. So what we have with that pool of validators is a lot of interest now from educational establishments. So we've got AnyTask, which everybody loves. I mean, everybody loves AnyTask and what it's doing. You can't not love it. It's giving some of.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a great weekend. I wanted to do this video. I wanted to revisit Electroneum. For those of you who have been persevering with Electroneum, you know what Electroneum is all about. Years and years ago, I spoke about Electroneum. Was quite the community back then, and they have been chugging along. So let's talk a little bit about that today, as Richard Ells this week gave us an update on what's going on with Project Aurelius, right? Of course, we're talking about the new blockchain that Electroneum is launching on, and it's happening very, very soon, as Richard Ells in this video irons out the kinks of what had been holding the project up, and that very, very soon, right, in just several weeks from now, Project Aurelius will launch. And so this is going to be Electroneum no more using blockchain technology based on Monero, but using blockchain technology you're going to be able to write smart contracts. You're going to be able to do all these amazing things, decentralized applications using Electroneum. It's going to be better, in my opinion, than Ethereum, more likely. If you're like me, or if you know me, you know I'm not a fan of the Ethereum blockchain, although I have great respect for the course that Ethereum has taken over the years from 2015 and so on. And so that is what Electroneum is all about. Now let's take a little stroll down memory lane just a little bit and discuss the history of Electroneum. So Electroneum has been this project that has fought through so many crypto storms. Electroneum being what I deem a real project. Electroneum is everything that's great about cryptocurrency, and it's the worst of cryptocurrency. Let me explain what I mean by the worst in cryptocurrency. Electroneum helps us to see and understand that many of us in cryptocurrency don't choose to be part of real significant use case, useful projects, right? We choose to use a very casino like Las Vegas approach, but just stop for a minute. Just take a moment and stop and think. That is why Las Vegas exists. It exists for us to go there and gamble, lose all our money. We know these aren't investments. We know that this is a more risk than win. And most often, we know it's lottery ticket economics. We know all these things, and that's why we don't classify gambling as investing. That's why we don't classify gambling as good projects. Electroneum is in developing nations where people literally use phone minutes as currency. They trade phone minutes for bread, milk, and eggs, and so on, right? And so Electroneum not only has went in and banked people who were unbanked using Electroneum technology, it's also integrated with their local utilities, electric bills, and so on, phone companies, utility bills, etc. And so these people can make payments through their various necessary companies. And on top of that, Electroneum, you receive so much of the currency each month. It's almost like a dividend. It's almost like universal basic income, however you want to look at it. It's helping Metcalfe's law and adoption in cryptocurrency grow. It also created phones specifically designed to carry wallets to receive these cryptocurrencies for people around the world to use. It integrated modules where you can, your local merchants at your local grocery stores and businesses, etc., could take payments in Electroneum. They would have these payment modules that these businesses would use and conduct commerce with the cryptocurrency. We're talking about creation of real use cases, folks, right? And Electroneum has been doing that for years and years and years, way back in 2017. And it's been one of those leading cryptocurrencies that's tried to make a real useful project. And I've been very proud of their approach and the work they've done. I have been ashamed of the cryptocurrency space's approach, much of us, to these gambling meme coins and so on. That's just my opinion, right? I think it's a mockery of cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency can do so much for the world. It helps to create economic prosperity. This is what currencies that are done correctly do. Help to create economic prosperity to the world. And so all these things are possible with Electroneum. I would invite you all to go to Electroneum's YouTube and look at the latest release update from Richard Ells and his progress so far. But very, very interesting project. Electroneum's also very much involved with government agencies to do with currency in the EU and helping to educate them on that. And Electroneum, of course, being one of these great projects that, and let's be realistic about the price of cryptocurrency, guys. Keep in mind that value of cryptocurrencies are not necessarily congruent with the progress of a project, right? As to say, just because prices pump, we know market manipulations exist. We know that there's always the wizard behind the curtain that's doing much to control. What is really the, or should be the focal point of cryptocurrency is what's happening structure-wise with these projects. Who's behind them? What are they doing? And Electroneum is one of the best models for that. in doing that. Also, electronics, how these EVMs are going to run these blockchains, as it were, is that as far as a lot of validation goes, as far as I understand it, NGOs, non-government organizations, are going to do quite a bit in being validators. Many universities, colleges, etc., maybe some charities, if I understand it correctly. And what they're going to do is run the validators, right? And so that's going to help to secure the blockchain as well as decentralize it and give us all these decentralized applications that we can now use in order to do great projects. People can build on it on Electroneum, making it more valuable, a lot more efficient than what you're going to get with Ethereum, from what I'm seeing. And that's what I always wanted: good projects with more efficient blockchains. And so Electroneum, in my opinion, just coming out of the gate, automatically better than Ethereum. That's my opinion. Now, Electroneum has been such a uh, inspiration to projects like I started Bitcoin-MYK. We love their approach. There are some similarities there, and those similarities exist as no surprise because of the great inspiration we've taken from people like Electroneum. How they spread their cryptocurrency, trying to create mass adoption. They have something called the AnyTask Workers platform, whereas one big complaint was that if you give away money, you're not going to have any value. But what's starting to happen is with the AnyTask platform, think of it in similarity to Fiverr, so on, is you're paid in Electroneum. Basically, people can pay you in Electroneum to, even if you're in a developing nation and you're not pouring a great amount of capital into Electroneum as such, the value you bring to the network is you're able to take your skills, your trades. Maybe you're in Africa, maybe you're a basket weaver. You can now put that for purchase on AnyTask, or your skills, products, services, etc., and trade that in Electroneum, giving value to the cryptocurrency itself. And that's very similar to what we do with Bitcoin-MYK. We give out universal basic income, but through our attention value economy, social media as such, people are minting that cryptocurrency and converting it, using that energy, converting it into the cryptocurrency, right? And there is a energy exchange. This isn't buying cryptocurrencies, manipulating the price as such. Electroneum's giving away free cryptocurrency every month, building up Metcalfe's law, building up velocity of money, creating more money as more of their money changes hands, more people. Bitcoin-MYK on the other side of the spectrum, using the citizens dividend basic income, doing a very similar thing there. And that's why I like these projects so much. Projects like the Electroneum, projects like Zen, looking very, very well. And so that's what's happening with Electroneum. Now, don't quote me on this. Richard Hart says it in the video. He says, I believe it's going to be 8 weeks. That's like 2 months, right? And this blockchain is going to be up and running. And even though I know Electroneum, Richard Ellis doesn't like to discuss price, there are so many reasons to be optimistic about the price. And of course, as usual, that means right when these big things are about to happen, I like to get involved, especially with something like Electroneum, especially with projects I think are great projects, right? Great projects. Very proud of these projects. It's only a few. I only got a handful I'm full of. And Electroneum has to be top of the list. Besides Bitcoin-MYK, Electroneum's top of the list. And maybe after that follows Zen. And again, I know many of you all tend to go with hype. You don't look at the fundamentals. You lose patience. Understandable. Remember, Electroneum has been swinging the bat at this thing for many, many years now, right? Many, many years. But that's how long it takes to build good projects, guys. These aren't overnight things. These things take years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years even maybe, right? Bitcoin-MYK, we understand the struggle, And that's why we're so proud of Electroneum for enduring, not giving up. Richard Ailes is still there. He's still got his focus doing what he's doing. He hasn't got off the horse. He hasn't quit. I've seen a lot of crypto CEOs by now just go, you know what? I'm going to let somebody else step in. I'm going to step down. Richard Ailes hasn't done that. Bitcoin-MYK hasn't done it either. They still got me. And we've been going for years as well. But I believe that's where the big rewards pay off. That's where, you know, we saw Celsius, we've seen Luna, we've seen FTX, we've seen Binance CEO just get arrested. We've seen so many so-called would-be great projects in cryptocurrency that are the ones we ought to be following. That I think many times we forget about the slow, steady, focus, moving projects like Electroneum and Bitcoin-MYK, and just we forget about them. But maybe we should be careful about that, be mindful about who's here for the long haul, who's going to weather the storm, and who's going to crash out, right? Crash out and burn. So good job, Electroneum. Very impressed. Again, I invite you all to watch Richard Ailes' information about that. I'm not going to do a lot about Bitcoin-MYK today. It seems to be trading well. More people keeps getting involved in it. It keeps expanding. It's looking fantastic, guys. And so pay attention to Bitcoin-MYK and Electroneum. Pay attention to these projects. Pay attention. Close attention, guys. I think these are going to be one of those I told you so projects, not financial advice. You can get Electroneum free. You can get Bitcoin-MYK free. Are you seeing a theme here? What is the theme here? It seems that the good quality projects that are actually going to end up going somewhere are the ones that are confident enough in their platform to give you the cryptocurrency free every month. Isn't that something? On top of that, they've been around for years. Electroneum and Bitcoin-MYK has been around for years now, right? So if they were going to fizzle away or go away, they probably would have done that by now. We want you all to be mindful of these things with what's happening with these projects. I think that's all I want to say in the video. Brings a smile to my face to get these good projects in crypto, the very, very few that they are. And I'm sorry, guys, but when you guys come in the comment section and you kind of tell me about your projects, I'm just not getting that. It's not putting that tingle in my pages, right? Where I can see in the future how good it's going to be. Yeah, I get the gambling. Yeah, I get the Las Vegas casino. Yeah, I get the pump and dumps. But where's the tingle in my pages from projects that are just so darn good, like Electroneum and Bitcoin-MYK, make so much sense that people actually use every day, that do so many wonders for the world, right? Your meme coins don't do that. 99% of your projects don't get close to that. I'm sorry they don't. But that's all I want to say in this video. Don't forget to join Bitcoin-MYK. We're down to less than 8 weeks for the launch of Project Aurelius Electroneum blockchain. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.